Welcome to John S's Sports Channel, where we give you everything Championship, League One, and running. And today we have seen the sacking of Mark Robins. I'm absolutely stunned. I'm in awe of how insane this merry-go-round is, and we're entering the sacking season, as we all know. And it's not my first video, it's my second one in a week. And this time it's Mark Robins of Coventry City. What do we all think? Why Mark Robins? And why now? So, Coventry City lost last night to Derby County, and they played reasonably well, but look at what they did before. They've been playing pretty awful until 2 games before this Derby County defeat last night. And they played really well. They played absolutely outstanding for me, and they deserved those 2 wins on the bounce. If anyone can get a team out of that bottom third, it's Mark Robins. He's used to it. He's used to playing. He's used to being in squads like that. He's been at Rotherham United for heaven's sake. He's managed Rotherham United for heaven's sake. He's one of those managers who can grab a team at the bottom and just drag them kicking and screaming into mid-table. He's shown that he can, and he has done it in the past. And look where he's taken Coventry from. You know, from being a pretty poor team in the pits of despair, as Matt SB Channel said, and drag them into hell. You know, nearly getting into the promotion playoffs and into the Premier League. I'm absolutely stunned, as you could hear by my voice. I'd love to hear from you lot as what your comments are and what your thoughts are, because I'm astounded as why when we get to the sacking season, Coventry City have seem to have done a knee-jerk reaction following a Derby County defeat. Yeah, let's put it in context. They were a League Two side, and I remember looking down on them from where Rotherham were and thinking, Coventry City, I used to work in Coventry for and say, they're not really the size of a League Two club, and why are they still in the depths of League Two and not able to really push for that League One place? And it took Mark Robins to get them out of that feeling and I go back to Matt SB's channel, total despair down in League Two, and you're thinking, he managed to get them out of that and up to not only into League One, but into the top 10 in League One comfortably. And yeah, all teams have bad parts of the season. Usually 6-7 games long. You'll each team has a run of about 6, 7, 8 games where they do absolutely dreadful, and they know they can play better. And I see that as from Coventry. This year, those first 6, 7, 8, 9 games have been pretty raw, and I'm sure that he's been thinking, this is just one of our little runs that every team has. We'll get out of it, and they just start to show that they can actually play really good football and get results. 2 wins on the bounce. They're looking like they can win. And for that little blip of a Derby defeat last night, and all of a sudden you're thinking, knee-jerk reaction, he gets the sack. Look, the table reads Coventry City in 17th with 15 points, but so are Hull 18th, 15, 19th Luton 15, 20th Preston 15, 21st Cardiff 15, 22nd Plymouth 15. This league is so darn flat. I mean, if you go upwards, up to 18 points, you've got Norwich, Derby, Stoke, Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford, above Coventry, and you're thinking, the number. How many teams have we mentioned there? There's loads. The table's darn flat. Any team can lose or draw against any team in that division and win. Anybody can win, draw, lose against any team in that division. Even the top 6 aren't infallible. They're not doing as well as what they should be doing. I say week in, week out about the Burnley and the West Brom sides. I just find I'm just gobsmacked at the decision, because the league shows that you can win a game and go way up into the you can win two and go flying into the promotion hopefuls, to get into the promotion race and into the top six. You can lose two and you're looking behind your back at the relegation race. It's literally that easy. I mean, we just look at this at the Coventry side. A defeat yesterday at home to Derby 2-1, but Derby are only just above them, and yeah, they should be. They probably were thinking, oh, straight up from League One, we should be beating them, but Warren knows his job in that division, and he wouldn't have gone into that game last night any other than he would usually, making sure he's absolutely certain that his tactics will cause the most trouble for the home team, and it works, and they are roughly, they're within 3 points of each other, so why shouldn't they have the ability to win? Of course they have the ability to win. So they lost at home to Derby, but they won 3-0 away to Borough in a really good game, and they dominated the entire game, remember. And Luton 3-2, that was an amazing game. Luton nearly came back, I agree, but they went into the lead and kept that lead, and they once they were ahead, they were out of the picture, and Luton tried to get back, and they nearly did, but that was a good management of a really good team. Even the QPR draw, I'm sorry, I thought that was actually quite a decent game, and I saw a couple, including Matt, saying, yeah, we're going to win this game against QPR, and it could very well have been a win, but it was a draw. They played really well. They both played really well. QPR have a really good defensive ability at the minute. And yeah, up to that Preston game where they lost 1-0 away at Preston, I would say they weren't playing on all cylinders. There were team members that weren't quite passing correct clinically enough. There were people not going into tackles meaningfully. There were things happening on the pitch with the players, not the manager. And that's what bugs me about getting rid of the manager. How often is it the players that make this happen? And that's what worries me. What worries me here is the players have decided that they just think they need a shake-up. They're not getting the position they want. They're not getting the game time they want, and all of a sudden they're causing trouble. And if that's what they want, and again I'm repeating what Matt SB says on his channel, go and check it out now. He's a Coventry fan, so yeah, I agree with him. Is that what the players wanted? Is that what the players have made happen? If it is, then they've got what they wished. But hell, who's out there to take over? Because guys, you're a mid-table championship club, upper mid. Yes, I agree, and you have the capabilities of always season on, season off now, trying to get just into that bottom end of the top six. But who's out there managerial wise that can not only take you forward, but be as such longevity that Mark Robins has? Because that length of service gives you the teams like Manchester City. It gives you those teams that constantly stay where they are at the top of their game. I just wonder whether you're going to get someone of a good enough stature with a good enough history that not only can take you up, because there are ones around there that can take you up to that top half, absolutely. But what I look for as a fan is someone who's going to go into there and stay there and almost be part of the fans and be part of the fan base and know the fans, understand the fans, listen to them and respond to them. And you don't get that with short-term managers that can, oh yeah, we can get a new. I'm sure you can get a new manager in now, guys and fans, and you can go straight to the top of the top six. It's that flat. It would be relatively easy, but my worry is that he wouldn't be part of the fans. He wouldn't be mixing with the fans. He's not going to be. He's going to be a short-term fix, and I always like to see clubs get nice long-term fixes because it brings stability in the team. It gives a bit of stability for the fans. I know I want a bit of a stable team. I don't want to be looking every 2 years at changing manager. Hell, a couple of years ago, five managers in a year? You know, something like that. It was a lot of managers, and it's no good for the fans. The fans just look at it and think, well, who's going to come in another couple of weeks? I mean, I remember Redfern lasted about 4 weeks and he quit, Having that sort of turnover of managers is just no good, not only for the team, but the football club as a business and for the fans. And I feel for the fans because this is a manager that the fans, on the whole, have seen drag that business, which is what it is, from League Two up into the top echelons of the Championship, and the minute he gets a 6-7 game poor run where the players aren't playing at their best and he suddenly gets something out of them, he gets a sack. I'm blabbering on. This is John S.'s Sports Channel. Please like and subscribe and you'll get more as the sacking season continues. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe.